Alright, so you know that if we had to do 2 to the power of 4, why won't this thing work? Right, if we have to go 2 to the power of 4, we are actually, it is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And what is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2? It gives us 16. So if we had 2 to negative 4, what does that mean? Well, it's the opposite of timesing, because it's negative and that's positive, so we're going to divide. So we would go 2 divided by 2 divided by 2 divided by 2. And if you did that on your calculator, you would get 1/16. Now, can you see something? There's a bit of a relationship going on here. You can see that that is 16 and that is 1/16. So then it would be fair to say, let's move this up, that when we have a negative indice, okay, so 1/16, let me first of all show you that. 1/16 is the same as 1/2 to the power of 4, because we know that 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So is it fair to say then that if we have a negative indice, we know that it becomes 1 over and a positive indice at the bottom? Okay. So let's do some more examples so we can just get an idea of how we do it. So let's change our color pen, let's make it green. So if we had a question that said, well, can you make 3 negative 3 to the power of negative 3? Could you make that positive? So what you do then is you take that whole thing. Now remember that the negative 3 always has to be attached to something. I mean, your little indice, it always has to be attached to something. And it would be 1/3, and this just becomes to the power of 3 now because it's positive. Okay, if you had a number that looked like this, that said 5, oh, I don't have a pen. If you had a number that said 5x negative 2, okay, now they're saying change it, make it into a positive. What you do then is you leave the 5 behind. That exponent is attached to the x, it's not attached to the 5. So what would happen there, the 5 would stay here, and your x2 would move to the bottom. Alright, so just be aware of that. If you don't have anything in the top, then you put a 1 in there. Alright, go ahead and try it out.